Okay, welcome to SOMSFA's championship game here. 23 card set. We just sort of got home here and setting up a little bit late. So bear with me here while we get up and running. And share the screen. There we go. All right, we got a game. Oop, not yet. So hope this works. Downloaded and I believe I restored the everything. So we should be accurate with our cards here. We are starting off here, no score. 11:06 left. First quarter. Seattle presumably on its first drive at the Vegas 49. Just want to make sure everything looks good here. I'm not muted. That's good. All right, looks right. And punting on 4th and 14 after a sack on third down. I should have my team dossiers around here somewhere. I just got to pull them up. This would be the last game it might not be the last game I broadcast with the older dossier. Every season I try to, every off season I really work to add more and more to the models. Let's see here. First down for Vegas at their own 17, and McNeil 4 prevents a 35-yard run. I search for, I thought I already had these printed out from previous games for the regular season. There's Vegas, 13-4. And of course, I played Seattle, so I got to have that. Yeah, 15-2. There they are. Okay. 12-yard run for Gus Edwards. Just want to take a look quickly at the pass rush for Vegas and how effective it might have been because I got through there. The key third down. Yeah, very effective. Second best in sack win percentage. 5th highest in sacks per game. Where's that third? Third highest in sacks per game at 2.7. So good pass rush shows up at a key time. Now facing a 2nd and 8. Short pass McLaurin. He's not doubled up. Incomplete. See if I can get fast enough to get the pass rush matchup. I do. Okay, we can take a look at that now. Third and 8. Short pass Jamar Chase, 10 yards on a big third down. Converts for Vegas. 3rd and 8. Runs short pass just like everybody else does, about 35% of the time. League is 33% and hits it there. On 3rd and 8s this year, Vegas was 15th in the league at converting. But now gets a first down. Guessed wrong to McLaurin and into Seattle territory at the 36-yard line. 1st and 10. Lots going on in sports tonight. So a little distracted here. We got 2 NFL preseason games, both kind of interesting. Shedeur Sanders playing in his first game as a pro for the Browns here. And then you've got Drake May going a little bit deep for the Patriots in their game versus Washington. So keep an eye on that. And as always, I'm watching the Orioles, even though they're not doing well. Short pass, Zach Ertz, incomplete. 3rd and 9. Plus, at this time, typically I have family running all over the place for the next hour, so that may pull me away. We'll see how it goes. So big incompletion there, missing on the 3, where everything else offered at least something, especially with that 6 white die. We now get a 3rd and long again for Vegas. Don't have the kickers. The next dossier will have everything about the kicker on the dossier. Don't have to look anymore. Let's see if we even need to look right now. We have a dump off. 9 yards is needed, and they get 9. First down. Don't need to look at the field goal kicker. I'm going to look anyway because I'm curious. It's Tyler Bass, and he's pretty good deep. Not so good 23 to 32 and so forth. Off tackle, Gus Edwards. Guess wrong. Hayden Hurst misses on the 6 roll. He's a 5. Second and 10. End run, Gus Edwards. Again, blocking troubles for Vegas. 3rd and 11. Once again, 3rd and long. This is Tyler Bass on a relative basis, his weakest spot. He's well below average here in the 23 to 32 range as far as the 2023 card set's concerned. See if Burrow can bail them out once again. Last time was a dump off. Before that, a guest right short pass completion on his card. Short pass Jamar Chase. He's not doubled up. 4 men in zone. Looking for 11. Gets 11. To the Seattle 16. 1st and 10. So some big 3rd downs here for Vegas, which I believe is on their first drive. Double teamed is Zach Ertz, and that's going to result in incompletion on the look-in. 3 for 3 for 3rd down efficiency for Vegas on this drive. 2nd and 10 from the red zone. Vegas had trouble in the red zone in the regular season. 21st in offensive efficiency. End run, Edwards needs 16. Not going to get it, but good enough for a very short 3rd down and 1 from the 7-yard line. Team ran just about at league average, right about 50%. Makes it tough on a D, but didn't convert very well. Just 50% and does not convert here. 4th and 2. Finished top 10 in 4th down attempts. I suspect they'll want to get a lead in the championship game and get that 0 off the board, but let's see. They're going for it. 4th and 2. 4th and short. Seattle was 5th in the league at 41% conversion. Offense, Vegas was 11th in the league in this spot. And typically, at a 67% clip on 4th and 1, well above league average, typically they ran. And they throw. Short pass McLaurin. He's not doubled up. Must run touchdown. No, a 2-yard short but a 1st down. Thought he got in, but ends up 2 yards short. As a matter of fact, on 4th and 1 to 2, Gus Edwards off tackle is the 2nd most popular call in the entire league in that situation. There's the touchdown for Ezekiel Elliott on 1st and goal. 6-0 Vegas out to a lead. Tyler Bass hits. Looks like he missed 1 in the regular season. From the 2-yard line, here comes Seattle. Took these for a knee against my Atlanta squad in the semis. Let's see what Seattle decides to do here. Vegas was 12th in kickoff coverage this year at 23.3 yards per return. Maybe we're stuck. Yeah, Seattle was 3rd best at 28 yards. Yeah, I think we're stuck here. So we'll close out. Hope it's just us. Make sure we have nothing running in the background while we're here. No, we don't. That's good. We'll end this task. Try to get back in. And we're back. So up to the 48 of Las Vegas already. Let's see if we can see what happened here. 16-yard pass was the key. And now a short gain. And Seattle's on the move to Las Vegas 33. 13:48 left, second quarter. 7-0 Vegas leads. Seattle driving here. And what I believe is their second possession. Just one possession in the first quarter. Is that right? Yeah. 7 yards. Linebackers in the zone to prevent 17. 2nd and 3. I mute myself for a second. All right, we're back. What did we miss? We missed a missed block, looks like. And then a no gain guessed wrong on the dreaded 5. 4th and 2 decision time for Seattle. Seattle on 4th and 2. Ran a bunch too. In this case, though, they go for the field goal and they hit. Bit uncharacteristic for Seattle. They finished 5th and 4th down attempts during the regular season. Gus Edwards, a good returner. Puts it out to the 37 for Vegas with a 7-3 lead. Early stages, second quarter. Burrow, who finished 8th with an 89.8 passer rating. Hands off to Edwards, guessed right. Gets help from the tackle, Jake Matthews, and gets 8 yards, guessed right. Frustrating for the defense. 2nd and 2. Second and short, goes off tackle. You see teams going linebacker there sometimes with the quarterback. Well, this team went linebacker just 9% of the time versus 22% on 2nd and short. 22% being the rest of the league. McLaurin's double teamed on this long pass, and that's going to result in a stop. Would have been a completion. Nice job by Dennis's defensive team there, making the right call. 2nd and 10 from the Seattle 48. Flat pass, Hayden Hurst. He's doubled up. Incomplete. Nicely done. 3rd and 10. Couple nice double team calls. During the regular season, Seattle finished 16th in the league in double team accuracy at 9.8%. But seems to be hitting them here. Vegas had trouble getting called when they're on offense at 15.1%, 21st in the league. So that you see that shining through more than anything else, you might say. 3rd and 10 now. That has not deterred this Vegas team thus far. Two men in zone. Incomplete after another successful double team. And we got a punt coming. And it's a coffin corner. And let's start at the 16. Be right back. Short pass, Granson. He's flushed his Russell Wilson. Incomplete on Tank Dell's card. Seattle averaged 3.8 dump off attempts per game. Good for fourth in the league. Dump offs as a percentage of short pass, long pass attempts at 18%, which is 12th in the league. Linebuck Connor, 2 yards, 3rd and 8. Had the new cards come out, or is the ratings guide in the last 24 hours? Flat pass Granson gets a yard. And it was interesting to see be fourth down. Nice forcing the punt here for Vegas. Defense getting off the field halfway through the second quarter. We'll come back to the ratings guide in a second. 12-yard return. Pretty good field position here in Seattle territory for Vegas, trying to build on a lead. Just noting the card of Russell Wilson, which isn't half bad. In expected yards. And that's a model that looks at everything. I mean, looks at everything in true detail. Another successful double team, 2nd and 10. Russell Wilson shakes out at expected yards per play at 13th best in the league. And now we don't have fumbles yet. We don't have end run chances yet. You know, we don't have snap fumbles. We don't have guest right run fumbles, etc., which all get factored into the must run chances and all the rest. And that those fumbles matter a lot. But putting all those equal, 13th for Russell Wilson isn't that bad. Looking pass, Gus Edwards. Long gain, 48 yards. That's enough for a score. Edwards into the end zone on the 6 white die long gain. And it's 13-3. Tyler Bass on for the extra point. $14-3. Seattle finds itself in a hole. They had a rough first half in the semifinal versus my Atlanta squad, and really roared back in the second half. And just noting to Dennis that he and I had played a different playoff game in Summer Sprint. We talked about Summer Sprint last time on the broadcast. We played the playoffs the following night after the SOMSFA game. It just sort of flipped, where he seemed to get the first half rolls and I got the second half rolls, and I won that one. But in this case, looks like Dennis and the Seattle squad is having more trouble in the first half with rolls there after that big dump off long gain, not dump off, 6 white die long gain touchdown. That qualifies as a tough roll. 2nd and 10 as the 5 linebacker, Bradley Chubb. Nice call by the defense. Makes it 2nd and 10. So Russ Wilson is 13th in expected yards before we see fumbles. Short pass, Tank Dell. So it's a prelim, short gain, 18 yards. But that means he's playable. That's where I was headed to with this whole long-winded thing about Russell Wilson, is that he's playable next year. Some may have thought he probably would be playable after his season in Pittsburgh, but no, he's playable. He's more playable than a lot of guys who are ranked below him in expected yards that you think is in the eye test would have been better than Russ. Off tackle, James Conner, 7 yards. And that's going to be a 2nd and 3 now, up to midfield. 48 left first half. $14-3 Vegas lead here. Long pass, Lockett. Man is back there. 5s everywhere, incomplete. So average, average, and average, average in the Super Bowl, I believe, is the rule. That's what we see. I don't even think there's a home field advantage in terms of long gain charts. Just straight up, no advantage either way. 3rd and 3. Short pass guessed wrong. Incomplete on Russ's card. 4th and 3, decision time here. 4:12 left. Gonna go. High leverage play. Plenty of time if Vegas gets the ball back. 4th and 3, Seattle this year. Like to go look in, like to go short. Go short. Guessed wrong again. This incomplete and Lockett's maxed out short. Guessed wrong. More tough rolls for Seattle. Vegas takes over at midfield. 3:54 left in the half with an 11-point lead. Oh my. No apologies necessary from Vegas. Take it when you can get it. Looking past Chase. Complete. 2nd and 10. The dice give and take all day long. Tide always turns sooner or later. Maybe not within one game, but often within one game. So you just got to press on and get as many points as you can. And there's a 35-yard run. McNeil avoided a 35-yard run on a white die 4 earlier in the game. This time the 6 comes up, and it's 1st and 10 from the Seattle 15. 3 minutes left in the half. Vegas trying to really spread this lead out a bit. Touchdown, obviously, would be very helpful. 2 men in zone. 4 yards. 2nd and 6 from the 11. Good flat pass positioning here at the 11-yard line. Gus Edwards is in the backfield, as usual. Edwards, 11 carries left. Edwards not such a strong rating card for this upcoming season. It's a guessed wrong to a 6, and it's 15 yards. Chase doesn't miss. Touchdown, Las Vegas. It's 20-3. Bass on for the extra point. And he hits it. 2:06 left, first half. Vegas up 21-3. Touchback. Let's see who gets possession here to start the 3rd. Looks like Seattle got it first. We knew that. Just forgot it, apparently. Like I often do. 1st and 10 now from the 25. It's a draw to Connors. Gets a nice 7 yards. Hits a 2-minute warning. 2nd and 3 from the 32. Stays too tight. All 3 timeouts for Seattle. Flat pass, Connor. Men are there. 5 yards. 1st down. Couldn't get out of bounds. Probably going to see hurry up here. And we do. Stays too tight. Short pass, Granson. He's doubled up. Would have been incomplete either way. Makes it 2nd and 10. Short pass, James Conner. 3 men in zone. Looking for a nice must run. Well, he'll take a flush and get 5. 3rd and 5. Not out of bounds. Another hurry up. 107 left. Stays too tight. No nickel for Vegas. They're staying in the base D as well. It's a draw to Connor. 2 linebackers are behind. That'll limit this carry to 7 yards. Just needed 1 there. And it's 1st and 10 from the 49. Seattle uses its first timeout. Flat pass, James Conner. Man is there. Looks like there's blitzers, though. So he's probably uncovered. Gets 3 yards. Does not get out of bounds. Having trouble getting out of bounds, this squad. So another timeout for Seattle. They're at the Las Vegas 48. Seattle kicker is Riley Patterson. He's good out, very good out through 41. Short pass, James Conner on this 2nd and 7. Gets 11 yards. Well into field goal range now. Just a beautifully populated short pass right card for Wilson. And that's, I mean, speaking of the ratings guide, I mean, that's one of the things you're going to miss with the ratings guide is really accounting for the must runs and how much they add. End run, James Conner gets 9 yards. 2nd and 1. In terms of the rankings, I mean, they've got is it the Vegas quarterback from last year, the backup. Why was his name Aiden? And his name is slipping, but they got him like ranked 9th. He's really 27th in expected yards. End run, James Conner gets another 9. You really can't trust those rankings as far as what the contribution is going to be inside of a Strat game. Key block there puts Seattle in the red zone. No timeouts now, 22 seconds. So they can still spike it, of course. Time to do that on this 1st down. End run, Connor again. Gets a short gain, going to be 4 yards short, and again couldn't get out of bounds. So he's going to have to spike it here and not get a break. So that leaves just 1 play. I believe it's 8 seconds with the spike. Yeah. So just 1 play and 21-3. It's a really interesting decision. 4 yards is a lot. It's a lot. Going for it out of the shotgun. Remember, Wilson's not pistol. 2nd and goal here from the 4. It's Connor and Farrell in the backfield. Farrell didn't contribute much offensively, just looking at him quickly here. Not many targets and not 1 short pass target all year. Does bring pass block, which can release Connor out of the backfield, and that's exactly what happens. Looking for a must run here. Gets a completion on Connor's card. Touchdown, Seattle. Wow, huge play. Didn't safety blitz. Well, that would have been an auto touchdown. Had to earn it. And Connor gets it. Going for 1, interestingly. Riley Patterson hits it. I mean, that's an interesting call there. Wouldn't have put it past Dennis to go for 2. Right at halftime, 21-10, Vegas leads in the championship game of SOMSFA 23 card set. Determining whether a break is needed, we will flip through the stats for posterity's sake. We'll always have it on record if we do this quickly here, as Vegas will start off at the 25. There you go. Just 1 more look there. Too tight with Edwards in the backfield. It's a short pass to Jamar Chase up against the 6. Incomplete on Chase's card. 2nd and 10. Boy, and receivers is another one, too, in this rating guide. Chase is 2nd in the rating guide list, I believe, right? Behind Jefferson? I got it here. Yeah. can really deceive you in terms of expected yards. You really need to get yards into the equation more than completion percentage. And boy, it's surprising who's number one. I won't actually reveal it here. When you look at expected yards, who the best take completions and yardage into account, and pass calling tendencies. And it's surprising. Here's a fumble. Burrow fumbles. It's recovered by the Vegas squad on a sack fumble. Seattle, not known for their pass rush, gets in. Trying to get the pass rush chart up right there, and I couldn't do it. It was a 20%er. Gets in, 26%er, hits the 20, and causes the fumble. 4th and 17 is a huge punt, 67 yards, so nicely done there to get out of trouble completely and in every which way possible for Vegas. They pin Seattle at their own 15 to start off now. 13-12 third quarter. End run. Patterson gets 4 yards. Goddard, good blocker. Makes it 2nd and 6. Off tackle, Patterson gets 4 yards. The 4 linebacker can't make the play. Sets up a 3rd and short for Seattle. So looking pass, incomplete. Nicely done. 2 men in zone. Seattle struggled there. 21st in the league and 3rd and shorts. And they're going to go for it from their own 23. It's 11:42 left third quarter. 2 yards are needed. You got a 5 linebacker here, a 6, a 5, and a 4. It's the one that missed that play before. It's an end run. Guessed right. Nobody home. Blocking back is not there. First down for Vegas. Turnover on downs. Vegas takes over at the Seattle 22 with a 21-10 lead, 11:24 third quarter. It's not imperative to hold to a field goal attempt, but boy, sure would be helpful. 5 yards for Gus Edwards. Edwards fumbled 4 times in the regular season, lost 3 of them. As you see a slightly elevated fumble. Looking past, guess wrong. McLaurin makes him pay to the Seattle 6, 1st and goal. Goal to go situations. He preferred the off tackle. 38% of the time versus 20% in the league. Short pass, Zach Ertz. Must run touchdown. They passed 35% of the time, which is right at league average on 1st and goals. And converts there 27-10. Can Bass make it 28? He can. 28-10. Vegas leads 9:54 third quarter. Here in the sounds of the 23 card set championship game. Touchback. Down 18 now on the failed 4th down conversion. Seattle paid the price. Got to dig out of a hole here. Patterson in a halfback. It's a draw. Gets 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Nice first down running for Patterson. Samir White comes on. It's a line buck to White, which is his calling card. No linebackers are there. And he'll just get 2 yards. But that's enough for the first down. He carried 86 times in the regular season. 45 of those were line bucks. 35 off tackle and just 6 end runs for Samir White. Patterson back in. on this 1st and 10. 18 points, a far from insurmountable lead. Plenty of time. Good pass rush coming here. Incomplete. Asante Samuel, the 5, makes the play on the 5 white die. 2nd and 10. Russell Wilson had 8 fumbles during the regular season. So he had a low snap fumble. Must have come on must runs. Lost 5 of them. His 8 fumbles were 5th highest in the league. 3 yards makes it 3rd and 7. Well, if it was 2 down territory before, it's likely 2 down territory now. James Conner is in a shotgun, limiting him to a linebacker opportunity. If Seattle runs it here on this 3rd and 7. Short pass, Tank Dell. And it's incomplete. 4th and 7. 7:30 left, 3rd quarter. This time it's a punt for Seattle. 48 yards. It's not going to bounce. Looks like it's going to be returned. It's a fair catch. So Vegas will start out their 14. Up 28-10. So a touchdown probably is enough to make Las Vegas relax. But they're 86 yards away from that. So a long way from relaxing for Las Vegas here. End run, Gus Edwards. No gain. As we talked about last game, he led the league in end run attempts. 139 of his 306 rushing attempts were end runs. Linebuck Edwards, 6 yards. 3rd and 4. Long pass, McLaurin, nobody back there. Opportunity for Vegas. He's up against the 5. 25 yards for McLaurin. Up to the 45-yard line, hits the receiver reading. And it's a big 1st and 10. Flat pass, Gus Edwards against the 6 out there. Going to lose a yard. 2nd and 11. Gus Edwards' end run on 2nd and 11s was the 3rd most called play throughout the entire league. An end run Edwards in this spot. Let's see if he sticks with it. He does not. It's a flat pass to Chase. 12 yards on Chase's card. Finds the good number. And it's a 1st and 10 at the Seattle 44. 4:12 left, 3rd quarter. Vegas back on the move again. Drive that started at their own 14, now at the Seattle 44. Long pass back to McLaurin. Nobody back there. No pass rush. Going to get the dump off as a result. Long gain again, and it's 1 yard short of the score. Wow. So let's take a look here. 38 came up, so you needed a sort of a moderate pass rusher up against a 7. You needed, it looks like you needed a 12 plus, like a 13 to be able to convert that one. Linebacker Burrow, he's keying Elliott. Touchdown. McNeil can't make the play. It's 34-10. So now with a 25-point lead, 3:18 left, 3rd quarter, Vegas likely, if they can get the ball back with this lead, will go into really trying to take the air out of the ball. But let's not assume that here, because Seattle has a possession right in front of them here, and they can hit the long gain of their own on a flat pass. That's the 2nd time we've seen that for Vegas. Seattle might be due one here. 1st and 10 at their 25. Flat pass, Zamir White. It's a 0 out there. 4 yards on the interception split. Guessed right completion for Russell Wilson. 2nd and 6. Zamir White stays in. Up against the 3-4. Off tackle draw. Going to get 5 yards, 3rd and 1. Connor had just 8 carries left, so you can see why he has to. If you're going to get back in this game, if it ever gets interesting, you're going to want Connor to have carries at that time, but you need to get there. But it's wise to go draw with your secondary guys because they're not going to get called run against him at this point. Makes sense. Linebuck Connor uses a carry here to get 7 yards up to their own 41 now, 1st and 10 for Seattle. Down by 25 points, 1:30 left, 3rd quarter. Too tight. Zamir White in the backfield. It's a draw to White. He's going to get 5 yards. Goder making a number of blocks today. Down to 54 seconds left, 3rd quarter. Second and 5 from the Seattle 46. Zamir White, your halfback again. It's back to a draw. Another 5 yards, 1st down. 18 seconds left, 3rd quarter. And it's 11 yards. Godert makes the play on a guessed right completion on Wilson's card. Takes us to the 4th quarter. After 3, 35-10 Vegas. 1st and 10 for Seattle at Las Vegas' 38-yard line. Another draw to White. Six yards, 2nd and 4. Short pass Goder. Moderate blitz coming. Going to get 12 yards. No, flushed. 6 yards. On the flush, 1st and 10 from 26. Have not seen many must runs from Wilson tonight. Averages 1.3 per game in the regular season, which was good for. No, that's not him. I'm sorry. Averages 3.3 in the regular season, which is 2nd in the league. But I haven't seen any so far. 1st and 10. Short pass Tank Dell. Could find a must run here. Does it. Another completion. Into the red zone goes Seattle. Clocked at 13-12, down 25 points. Every play matters to the Seattle offense. It's a draw guessed right. Zamir White is going to be stacked up for a loss of 3. You see his min fumbles there at 9 versus a 95 on 1,000 die. 2nd and 13. Well, Wilson can draw some run calls for must-run avoidance. Same is true for Lamar Jackson in this set I found. Linebuck draw to Connor. Going to get 5. Sets up a 3rd and 8. Wanted more than just 5 in that spot. But 4 yards would break contain for a 4th down attempt. Too tight. It's a short pass, Tank Dell. Light blitz coming. Going to get flushed as a result. 10 yards to the 3. 1st down, Seattle. 11:24 left now. And it's a 1st and goal. Seattle 2nd in the league running on 1st and goal. At 88%. Am I reading that right? Huge number. They stick with it here, and they score. Zamir White is in from 3 yards out. 35-16. So down to 19 points. Going to try to make it 17 here. Going for 2. Successful 63% of their time on their 19 two-point attempts in the regular season. It's a short pass. Gaston converted. 35-18. They kick away. It's a touchback. 11:06 left, 4th quarter. Seattle trying to put together a push. If you're Vegas, you're not worried yet, but you're worrying about worrying at some point in the future, in the near future. Gonna go too tight. Gets the pass call. Here's Edwards. Guess wrong. Plus 29. Starts out with a bang to the Seattle 46. Would have been 1 yard guessed right. Off tackle. Edwards. Another 8. Guessed wrong. 2nd and 2. Linebuck guessed wrong again. Again to Edwards' card. This time just 3 yards, but that's enough for a first down up to the Seattle 35-yard line. Tyler Bass, actually from this range, is not half bad compared to everybody else out there. Linebuck guessed Edwards wrong again. Another 5 yards. 2nd and 5 from the 30. Down to 8:42. Vegas avoids a turnover here and would be kind of key. Off tackle, Gus Edwards, 2 yards. That's your only major worry. And, Edwards is a fumbler, relatively speaking. Ezekiel Elliott's behind him. He fumbled once in the regular season on his 63 carries. It's a flat pass, Jamar Chase. 6 is out there. Pick 6 could be there, but no. 1st and 10. It's interesting you go to the flat pass. It converts the first down, though, because I'd be afraid of a flat pass. No reason to tempt fate on a pick 6 right now. Better off going deep. 1st and 10 from the 25. Halfway through the 4th quarter. Looking pass, guess wrong. One man is there. Opportunity for Joe Burrow. Gets 9 yards. Unearths his card. 2nd and 1 to the Seattle 16. Ezekiel Elliott gets the yards. Center makes the block. 1st and 10. 6:18 now left. Time ticking away on Seattle as this Vegas team has successfully executed on this drive, which has really taken away any momentum. 2 men in zone here, though. Incomplete on the interception split. Just 2-3-12. Not many quarterbacks can get picked off on 8. An interception split, even if it's on 11. 2 through 10. Sorry, 2nd and 10 now from the 11-yard line. End run. Edwards. Guessed wrong. Gets 9 yards. 3rd and 1. At the 2-yard line. 5:24 left. Vegas trying to put it away. Full house versus the 3-4. It's Elliott and Edwards with Ertz. It's going to be Burrow, and he's in. McNeil again can't make the play. It's 41-18 Vegas, and they can taste it in the Sin City. It's good as the extra point, 42-18. 5:06 left to play. That should do it. 24 points down. 3 touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions if you're Seattle in 5 minutes. Stays too tight nonetheless. Flat pass, Connor, incomplete. Vegas was 13-4 in the regular season. Let's see if they did meet in the regular season or not. We'll take off the pass rush now on this 2nd and 10. I guess we'll stick for this play. End run, Connor. Going to lose a yard, 3rd and 11. Vegas, did they face Seattle? They did, and they lost 27-14. So revenge here for Vegas in the biggest spot possible. The championship game makes it 3rd and 11 now. That 1 yard loss for Connor does. 4:12 left. Stays too tight till the bitter end. Short pass, Connor, complete for 12. First and 10 at the 36, flat pass, Connor. Short gain gets 18 yards into Vegas territory at the 46. Out of bounds with 3:18 left, and Seattle, I'm not giving up here if I'm him. If I'm the Seattle squad, you're doing the math in your head. All right, how do I get to 24 quickly? Typically, you're going to need some really lucky rolls. I mean, does Connor have a hidden long one? He's got plus 34. Long pass. Lockett gets 10. There's a must run for Wilson. Field goal's not an option here for Seattle. It's touchdown or bust. Flat pass. Connor gets 4. A lot of Connor here. Started out with that Elliott 2-yard run. I think it was this Gus Edwards pass right here that really changed the tenor of the game. I'm just looking at the ball possession here for Vegas. That was a big third down drive. The next drive was the long gain flat pass. This drive, they got on a turnover on downs. And there's a long gain touchdown to Tank Dell. And since then, they've had one short field, and then otherwise they put together the long gain there on the flat pass, and just a beautiful 11-play drive. Last time, we thought, put it away. But now going for 2, trying to make it a 16-point game. Can Seattle make this onside kick interesting? It's an end run. He's in. So here's your onside kick. Has to be Seattle. Lines up and can't get it done. 2:06 left. Can't kneel on it, obviously. Just 2 timeouts for Seattle, plus the warning here, which will come up after this play. Try to shake the ball loose if you're Seattle. It's a line buck to Elliott. He gets 2 yards. You see he has min fumbles. Or Gus Edwards does not. That's why I'd want to stay with Elliott and only Elliott here. If I were Dan, and Dan seems to agree. Zeke stays in on the 2nd and 8. It's a short yard. And no gain. There's your fumble chance there. Key would take it up to 9.0. 3rd and 8. 1:52 left. 1 timeout left. All right, Gus Edwards is in there. So you might want to key him to just key him. Get that fumble number as high as you can. It probably is in the 30s. Off tackle Edwards not keyed. 875 was our number there. It's going to be 4th and 3, so no chance of a fumble. Coffin corner works out. 1:37 left. Oh. If you're Seattle, you're looking to your receivers' longs. I don't have them in front of me. I need to put that on next year's dossier. Got to make a late change there to know what the receivers' longs are, and who has the star and who doesn't. I can't just list it off for you. Next year I will be able to. 2nd and 7. Because you don't want to know that here if you're Seattle. But you see a run to Connor, so he's looking for something big there. I mean, you're not going to get a touchdown, which is what you need. Looking past. Tank Dell. Here's an opportunity. Can Tank Dell find the long game? No, it's a short game. No timeouts. Going to have to spike. He's 1:15 left. Stays to tight end. Flat pass, Goder. Gets that long gain. Goder, though, just goes 49. That's why we check these things. Boy, I wish I had luck. I wish I knew if he had an option that would have gotten him in there. I mean, I can look. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's just not. It's clunky if I don't have it on my sheet. We're going to want to see this play. We'll run back there in a second. Short pass, Goder, touchdown. Chance to make it an 8-point game. Seattle gets their 6 white die. It's in the next play, so it just cost them, I think, 8 seconds. Goder's inability to get in. And this is a huge 2-pointers. 2 for 2 so far today. Been guessed wrong both times. Guessed wrong again. Lock it. Incomplete. And that should do it. Going to go onsides anyway, probably, for what could have been. So Seattle can feel a little bit better now, not having recovered the onside. And that should end the game. There's always a chance of a fumble on a kneel down. I've seen it happen in the playoffs. I've seen it cost people a playoff game before, as a matter of fact. But with the 2-score lead, not a big worry here for Vegas. They're on their way to a championship. We will invite the guys to join. Try to type it out through all the noise here. We'll see if we get some participants here. Dennis usually joins. Looks like at least one is on their way in. And here's Dennis. Welcome, Dennis, to the broadcast.
Howdy. Thanks for calling the game. Appreciate that.
Sure thing.
So,
what happened?
What do you think happened? You watched it.
I saw some crazy. Well, look, I saw some really nice third down conversions on the first drive, right? Which gave Vegas the lead. I mean, just incredible 3rd and 10s that were cashing in, and then things got a little bit off the rails there with the 6 white die. And 6 white die was kind of the story of the game. That was the second touchdown for Vegas.
And that one came after 4 straight double teams. You know, on the
you were nailing it.
It's like, okay, should have got a 5th one, I guess. So.
And then he converted off of downs, you know, which is kind of a theme of the game too, right? I think 14 points off of downs. Yep. So you weren't able to get those 4th downs through,
yeah,
and that was a real high leverage point.
For sure. And I just thought sometimes you have one of those games, but this was like really, really lopsided. And he did a great job. Like when I had my 3rd downs, there were no dump offs for exactly the right amount of yards. There was no, hit to a double team receiver. It was just 3 and out. You hit a blank. Yeah. And he made some good double teams too. But really, and then that would be like I'd be running it and it would be the blocking back. You know, it seemed like I was landing on his cards an awful lot. But that's just the way it goes sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't, Dan's never won a championship in SOMSFA, so I'm happy that he's able to bag one. It's got to be a good feeling. So
I'm sure.
Is he in with us or he's not? He's
not that I'm aware of. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he's there. Yeah.
Hey, welcome, Dan. Welcome aboard. Congratulations.
Thanks. How's it going?
Good.
I had a
well.
lot of luck in that first half, and I think, for my team, the way I built it is like anytime I can get a lead is a massive advantage because I have those pass rushers. I have those fives in the secondary, so got some good bounces in the first half. And that allows me to just kind of like play back, dare you to run against me, and then let my offense kind of just keep playing.
Yeah, and I tried to throw to Connor because you were always moving to 049. I didn't get a lot of good receiver readings.
Yeah, no, I know. You got crushed on some of those. I think I got 412s that hit in that game. You were killing me on the double teams.
Yeah, usually my offense runs on Russ getting some must runs, and I didn't even crack any of those. I mean, maybe one or two.
Yeah.
But that's usually a big part of my offense.
That's the hard part about playing you. Like, I played you in the regular season, and I'm always a pick pass guy and just dare you to run and kind of play that way and play through my offense. But you pick pass against Russ, and it's just still hard. So my strategy coming in here was like, if I can double your guys, that's probably my best chance against Russ. So I doubled you a couple times, and I got it to go my way on a few third downs. And then
I kept rolling blanks.
Yeah, exactly. And then I really got lucky too that a lot of your runs hit on my card because you had me guess wrong a lot, as I'm used to, but a lot of those went for 0 yards, negative yards. The blocking back killed you.
It's funny because I never felt like, okay, this guy has an unstoppable offense. I thought I could stop him, make some good calls, but it just didn't happen. I did not stop you all game. And like Anthony pointed out, especially on those fourth downs, when you could have settled for 3, but you got 7, 2 of those. And then I didn't go for 7. I went for 3 just because I said, I can stop him. I'll be able to get points later. And then on my fourth downs, just good calls, but also just didn't get the rolls I needed. So.
Yes, I think the first one you had the Lockett miss, right? So the first one was guessed wrong. Lockett hit the 7. Is that correct?
It was 2 in a row. It was that, and then there was another call before that, which should have hit but didn't.
Right, but I think on the fourth down it was the Lockett max short pass miss. But the second fourth down was a correct run call and an end run by Connor. That was correctly called run, Dan. You called that one correctly.
It wouldn't matter if it was
went to defensive card
because it was the blocking back -1.
Yes, into defensive card, right.
And that wasn't the first time. That happened several times in the game. So
right. Well, I'm not sure what was that a 10? What does Connor do? End run right 10.
It doesn't matter about the 10. He still has outs on his card. You know what I mean? Like there's possibilities even on the D card. If I would have got a different roll, an 8, for example. Oh, that was what it was on the Lockett thing. Like I was going to go in run. It was an 8. But, 1 or 2 rolls was not going to make a difference in this game. So it was lopsided, and I don't think I gave up over 40 in any game this year. So fantastic job.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the turning point in the game, what sort of defined the game, where you had to chase. It seemed it was kind of early. It was only 14-3, but the Gus Edwards 6 look in after all those successful double teams for the touchdown made it 14-3, I believe. That put you in chase mode, number one. And then in the second half, the fail fourth down deep inside your own territory, that made it sort of double chase mode. Those were probably the two key plays of the game.
Agreed.
Yeah. On the Gus one, you were killing me on those double teams, and I was like, I finally got to throw it to somebody. He's not going to double team. So I just threw it to Gus, who had like 15 catches on the year. I think he had one long that, if he hits the long, he can carry through. So I just threw it to him, and it happened to hit. Got lucky.
Yeah, and he had a dump off too, I think, for 40-something yards too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that plus 80 right there. I mean, there it is. I mean, that was. I mean, I bet you Gus in all of his cards, right? He's been carded maybe 3-4 times.
Right.
This is. I don't think he has anything close to that.
And I think Dan, you also did a good job attacking my 4 nose tackle. So
yes,
there was times where that happened again and again, and I either went in and then you hit the flat and looking pass, or you just kept hitting the 4 and the roll kept counting. Then plus 8 or plus 35 came up 35 once or twice.
Yeah. And then I was really shocked you didn't go for it on first
Yeah.
move. I was like,
Well, because I thought, okay, I
really
can stop him. I can
happy
stop
about
him.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get
Yeah,
what
it
you're
didn't
saying.
seem like I was having much luck.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying too. And also, our first game we played, I mean, you beat me pretty handedly and it was close. So I could see like you going into that call thinking, okay, like let's get some points on the board and just keep things moving, and like there's plenty of time.
Right. And so I fantastic job. That's all I gotta say. Fantastic job. And Dan, what are you in your 20s?
I'm 26.
18?
My dad got
26,
me. My dad
okay.
got me into this, so I've been playing.
But I mean, how cool is that we have a young person playing Strat, winning championships? The Hammer Part 2, the sequel, always better than the original. Tell your dad that. So.
Yeah, no, appreciate that. I played baseball a lot more in like high school and college, and then I've always liked the NFL more. So he's like, you want to get into this league? Like, I think I joined like 4 years ago, and I was like, yeah, why not? And I think I started with the first overall pick and lucky enough to get Joe Burrow. So all you can really ask for, I should be pretty good next year because I think he has like a generational card.
For sure.
And it's been up since then for me. But I appreciate all the support. It was a fun season.
For sure. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Great job, Anthony. Thanks for calling the game. I had started a self broadcast, but that would have been. I stopped it when I saw you coming in, but that would have been a brutal game to self broadcast.
Yeah.
Well,
thanks,
go
Anthony.
back. Yeah, sure thing. Go back and watch it, Dan. It's fun when you win a championship to go back and watch the broadcast. And I catch myself watching championships from 6-7 years ago. Every once in a while because they're just fun to watch. So you can watch this one for a while to be up on YouTube forever.
Yeah, that'll be great. I've been watching all the broadcasts along the way. So the championship you win is probably the best one. So looking forward to that at the gym tomorrow.
All right, man.
Anything else, guys?
That's it. That's it for me. Take care, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Congratulations to Dan. And that concludes the SOMSFA season. We'll see you next season, everybody. Until then.